What's going on? What's going on? Peace and blessings to everybody out there. It's your boy Jeff, aka Crux, here. Voices for the Voiceless podcast. Voices for the Voiceless, amplifying the unheard, one story at a time. Um, so I just wanted to come back with another pre-recorded video. As you see the title, Random Thoughts, Election Time, Current Administration, Illegal Immigrants. Just keeping the pot hot until we go live. You know, it's going down early morning. I got my tea. We about to spill some tea, man. It's going down out here. Hey, man, it's a crazy world, crazy time we living in. And I just wanted to kind of ventilate, get some things off my chest to see how y'all felt about it. And also just getting used to the equipment. So let me know, man. You got effects. As the channel grows, we gonna get more effects and get more detail with our effects. You know, so we got a lot of things going on in the world today, and one thing that really has been on my mind lately is the way that you know the media and everybody presents things to us. They either want us to vote off of identity politics. Okay, you look like me, or you remind me of my mother, or you resemble somebody in my family, so I'm gonna vote for you based off of identity politics. Now, identity is very necessary, but identity politics versus policy is what we need to be focusing on right now. Like right now, we don't have no time or room to be worried about uh, identity politics. We need policy that's going to give something substantive to our communities. So, a lot of people try to run with this narrative, for example, that we should automatically vote for Kamala Harris just because she's quote unquote black. For one, that's uh, it's room for argument whether she's a foundational black American. I couldn't care if you're black, white, green, purple. What are you going to do for the country? What are you going to do for our people? That should be number one. All that she's black and she's a woman, that's identity politics. What policies do you have in place? And if you go to her website, she has none. You know what I'm saying? So we don't even have nothing to go off of. Versus if you go to Trump's website, all of his policies are laid out for you. Whether you agree with them or you disagree with them, they're right there, and they've been there. And you can go ahead and kind of compare and contrast what you like, what you don't like, but you can't compare and contrast versus Kamala's policies because they don't exist. So that's the number one issue right there that I think our people get hooked in line and synchroned on. Because we did the same thing with Obama, right? He's a black man, so just off the strength that he's black, we should vote for him. Identity politics. Now we want some type of uh, recognition for having a black person in office, which he did more for the LGBT community than he did for any other community, white or black. And I mean, not to say that I have anything significantly against Obama's presidency, because it was definitely better than what we're dealing with right now, from my vantage point. But he didn't do anything specifically for any, black people, but the economy was better, so I give him that. Because we got to give credit what credit is due. Um, we didn't have all of this other foolishness going on. But with this current administration, you know, we have all these different narratives. For one, uh, Trump is a racist, and I'll say this: whether he's racist or not, I could care less. I could navigate living in America, for one, racism is sewn into the social fabric of this nation. So it's no way of getting around it. You know, I could navigate racism being a black man in America. What I can't navigate is making life decisions at the gas pump or the grocery store because the economy is all out of whack. So we have to pick our battles when we talk about racism. But I would beg to differ on that. I mean, for one example, Trump helped fund Jesse Jackson when he ran for president back in the day. How soon do we forget that? I mean, how many people did Trump pardon? How many black people did Trump pardon during his presidency? Let's keep in contrast that we do have a reference point to go back to with Trump. He was the president before. Something to think about now. You know what I'm saying? Because we could go back and look at when he was the president. I got to sit the tea. But when you go back and look at it, check the numbers. Inflation was down, gas prices were down, grocery prices were reasonable. This is things black people need to understand, you know. So when we say narratives, now what may be politics, a lot of times politics is tricky, right? Um, to, to my understanding, Trump is more of an independent than he's actually a Republican. Um, this Democratic Party that we have right now is not the Democratic Party that our parents and our grandparents once supported. They have went so far left that they are extreme left. They're not just, left, they're extreme left. Like you got extreme right, you got extreme left. And then in the middle, you might have left, right, you know what I'm saying? And in the middle, you have independence. But if Trump would have ran as an independent, he wouldn't have had the support. Just look at RFK. RFK, the Kennedys, they are fundamentally Democratic. He ran independent. It's hard to get the support when you run an independent because it's that independent seat is difficult to get the funding and all the backing behind you. So he had to pick a side, so to speak, politics. So I don't mind if you playing politics, but you say, hey, I got to go over here do politics, but I'm gonna hit y'all on the back end. You know what I'm saying? Once I get in there, that's how I view Trump. You know what I'm saying? Um, so you got a lot of different. I mean, we could go back to the '80s and pull up pictures with him partying with some of the same people that are calling him a racist now, from Oprah Winfrey to Al Sharpton to all these different entertainers was just loving Trump, and now all of a sudden he's a racist. So I'm not telling y'all who to vote for. I'm just pointing out certain things that you might want to be duly noted, moving forward with this because they play a lot of Jedi mind tricks in this thing. You know what I'm saying? So that whole narrative. Once again, it's just random thoughts. You know, when my sis get here, Mika, we gonna go live, and it's gonna be live. We're gonna be on and busting from there. But this right here is just to keep the pot hot. Voices for the voices. We out here. Um, and then all this about what Kamala is going to do once she gets in office. Lady, you already in office. You know what I'm saying? Like, you the vice president, true enough, but if you wanted to make some changes, you could be doing a lot more than what you're doing right now. You're in office, you know it's a crisis on immigration. You know it's a crisis. We got all these wars going on, and you're in the White House. So if you're not doing anything now, you're not really speaking on anything now. You've been missing for 4 years. We barely seen you now. What would make me automatically think you're gonna do this drastic change once you get in the official presidential seat if you didn't do nothing while you was the right hand man or right hand lady? I'm not understanding that. You got to do a little bit more convincing for me because this ain't looking right. And let me put this as a side note, because I was definitely one of the ones that was like, nah, politicians, right wing, left wing, wings of the same bird. But what we have to understand is who's funding these politicians. That separates that right wing from the left wing. Same bird. Donald Trump is the only president that did not take that $400,000 salary. He's not bought and paid for it. He's a billionaire on his own. So people that fund him, he may receive some, but he's not totally funded by anybody. He backs his own with his own funding, so he doesn't have to perpetuate anybody else's agenda. You know what I'm saying? That's why they have been attacking him so much. It's clear as day. You could see it. Tried to off the man. All these indictments. I'm, when have you seen a former president go under such scrutiny? Love them, hate them, like them, dislike them. Hey, I have no dog in that fight. I'm for what's best for my people and what's for best for my culture, for my country and the citizens and my family. I'm just pointing out some things to be duly noted. Now, the ladies in office, Homeland Security of all organizations, I just seen approved another $380 million that help support illegal immigrants, while hundreds of thousands of millions of Americans are struggling right now. All this mystery cash is being allocated toward illegal immigrants that don't even have citizenship, have not contributed to this nation, not one iota. Like you are definitely failing the American people. I don't have nothing against nobody else, but we got to take care. I'm a firm believer in we have to take care of home first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? So you in Kamala, you in office right now. Homeland Security, you didn't have no say so about that. Now your partner, Joe Biden, dropped out the race. He's supposed to be on vacation allegedly. Who is running this nation? Who is making these decisions right now? Think about it. Who making these decisions right now? This man on vacation. She, the vice president, running around campaigning halfway. And Homeland Security just approved another $380 million. We gonna get, as taxpaying citizens, gonna have to pay for that. It's gonna have to come out of somebody's pocket. Who's running this nation? And Homeland Security. A question for y'all. Y'all are supposed to be protecting the border, protecting the American citizens from potential threats, but not only allowing illegal immigrants to come into our country without being vetted. We don't know these people got diseases. We don't know what their background is. We don't know what kind of criminal organization affiliation they have. You are not only allowing this to take place, you're funding it. Homeland Security is supposed to protect us from domestic and foreign terrorism. This is a potential threat under the Biden Harris administration's watch. I'm just saying. That's what it sounds like to me. Shots fired. Now y'all tell me what to think. Now, before I get up out of here, I got a few more things that I just wanted to touch on. Uh Trump said we got to give him credit for this. 8 years ago, Trump said build the wall. He said that this would happen if we did not. He said this. He went to go visit the border. And guess what? From 8 years ago when he was in office, all of the supplies that they bought to put there is still there. Migrants been coming over by the hundreds of thousands across that same border. The supplies that he had down there to put the wall together is still there. Think about that. I got to sip my tea on that. Yeah, I'll be drinking a big old cup of tea, man. So when addressed, when questioned, why won't the Democrats speak on the migrant crisis? Y'all are the current administration, right? Y'all are in the office to make decisions. And I know local, plays a part with a lot of things, but this is federal. Y'all got to say so, man, to stop this or encouraging it. Y'all won't even address it. Kamala won't even address it. Biden won't even address it. What we doing here, man? Just some things that we definitely are going to talk about when we go live. The current state of the culture. They got all this money, man. Now that's 380 million on top of the trillions that are sent to help house, feed, clothe, get situated in society, illegal immigrants. In addition, and on top of that, can't factor out all the hundreds of millions and trillions that was sent overseas to Ukraine. Black people, they tell you that reparations is too far-fetched. We can't afford to do that. We're talking about trillions of dollars given to illegal immigrants and people overseas fighting in wars that we don't have nothing to do with. And they tell you it's far-fetched, man. Come on, man. Shots fired, man. Y'all are so non-intelligent, man. Knock it off. But what I will say is we're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep uplifting the voices for the voiceless. We are going to go ahead and educate those, stimulate the minds of the people that may not be aware of what they see. You can't be a surface level thinker with this, man. You got to think, you got to see beyond the surface, man. You got to. You got to be able to read between the lines. The politics, I don't care about. I don't care about liking no Donald Trump, liking no Kamala Harris, she black, whatever, he a racist. None of that matters. What is your policies? How can your policies help me feed me and my family and my community? All that other stuff is you know a bunch of rigmarole, man. We need to get to the bottom of what it is. Hey, man, I'm gonna get up out of here, finish my tea. Have a good morning. Thank y'all for tuning in. When you catch this video, hit the like, share, and the subscribe button. And I appreciate y'all. I'm learning the system. Hey, we getting it busting over here at the Voices for the Voiceless. Is going down real soon. I might be back with another video, you know what I'm saying, just to keep the momentum rolling, because we got questions, man. We got questions, but I love y'all. Peace and blessings, and we'll chop it up soon, y'all. Peace.